you've gone through all these subsections about structure and setting, atmosphere, etc., etc., etc. from the textbook. Okay, so now comes the tough part, okay, which is the actual writing part. And there's also, by the way, a test part. Okay, they're under quizzes, but they're effectively tests anyway, which all those little wonderful terms in the book, I'm going to be testing you on it. Okay, so this is part of the package of this particular section. This is also really where the hardcore grading is going to come into play, because remember, the essay is going to be 250 points. Okay, so hopefully by now you've kind of like gone through your sections, you know, and obviously this one has Tim O'Brien's story in it. And usually what happens is at the end of each, and this is going to be throughout the entire like course, you're going to get these things at the end of these chapters, and I believe that it's probably easier just to like rely upon these sections. But for example, you'll notice like these things here, ideas for critical writing or ideas for research writing. Okay, those are where your papers are going to come from. Okay, so for example, this section focuses on the things they carried, at least this particular chapter. It says the following claims relate structure to meaning. Adopt one of them, revise one, and create your own forearching interpretation of the things they carried. The soldier number one. The soldier's situation is illuminated in the things they carried by words and details referring to different kinds of weight and lightness. 2. Critical approach. For this topic, review the summary of formalism in the appendix of the critical approaches for interpreting literature, page 1085, and use a close reading approach. Once an event or topic is introduced in the things they carried, it accumulates more meaning. This process involves the reader in the construction of the coherent story about each event. The other one is question 3. The narrator of the things they carry continually slips out of his concrete cataloging physical objects and wanders into the realm of psychological bursts, suggesting that Jimmy Cross will not be able to live up to his resolves at the end of the story. Okay, that's ideas for critical writing. In some cases, some people may not find those very appealing. The other one is ideas for research writing. Remember, everything we write in this class is going to be MLA based, and you probably would need to do some sort of research. Okay. Number 1, the things they carried is the first story of a collection by Tim O'Brien, also titled Things They Carried. Find out more about the whole book and how the story you have read fits into it. What is interesting about the structure of this collection of Vietnam stories? So, reading this story, how does this story relate to this thing? Okay. 2. What kind of critical reception did O'Brien's story receive? Find a number of reviews and analysis of the story and write an essay summarizing the reactions and interpretations, which means you got to go dig. Okay? So there are, you know, that's one way to kind of like approach it. And of course, what you're going to be doing is you're going to have to be citing. Okay? And if you don't know how to cite, you better go back to the Purdue site and then take a look at the MLA documentation thing. So the goal for you, okay, is basically write the paper, and then you're going to be uploading it into the Etude system. And it's going to be in line, okay? It's not going to be, I'm not going to be doing like the email options. It's basically all going to go into Etudes. And then what will happen is that once I receive it, and then I'll process it, assign a points value system to it, number of points, and then once I kind of grade it, it'll be uploaded as far as like into the gradebook. Read my responses, okay? I'll do my best in terms of like trying to give you feedback, but then of course we're kind of like dealing with the internet, and it's kind of like, as I described once before, it's an asymmetrical kind of like content delivery system. Okay, so good luck, work on it, And to do well on the quiz, make sure you read all of that stuff in this thing. Okay, good luck. Stay focused and write.